to a new episode of the Football Show. Today we're going to talk about yesterday's Premier League and games from other European leagues, and also we're going to talk about today's Premier League games as well. Let's start with yesterday's Premier League games. Bournemouth against Sunderland. It ended a 1-1 draw. Sunderland got the lead, a good lead in the first half from a goal from Mayenda, but then Bournemouth cancelled that win for Sunderland, which would have been a good win for Sunderland considering they've not been in a good run of form away from home. The Avenelson 1-1 draw with the goal. I felt like maybe I think it was Bournemouth maybe could have had a penalty in one of those situations. But again, even Areola was not happy with the referee. He said he wanted more rhythm from the referee. I mean, the referees in the Premier League was very poor anyways. So yeah, and it showed even how poor they are in the next game, which is Burnley against Brentford. Brentford beat Burnley 4-3. What a game! I mean, what a game! I mean, first half, Brentford were winning 3-0 from the 9th minute until the 34th minute, 3-0. But then, there's 3 goals they scored, I should say. But then Burnley go one back in before half time, and then when they just started the second half, second goal from Jade Anthony, and then the equaliser from Zayn Fleming. I mean, for Burnley to come back after losing 3-0 against the Brentford side would have been very good. And for them to come back the way they did, you have to give them a lot of credit. And then they thought they got the winning goal in the 81th minute from Zayn Fleming, who got the equaliser. They think like this is like a historical comeback for Burnley, for them to be losing 3-0 and then to win 4-3, and then it's absolutely incredible. But it was disallowed by VAR. Of course, VAR want to ruin the moment as always. But it was a right decision as he was offside. And then Brentford get the winning goal from Mikkel Damsgaard in the 93rd minute, 4-3. And then Burnley equalised at the end, 4-4. Ashley Barnes, crazy scenes. And then it gets disallowed for such a this is the problem with the Premier League referees. Where's why there is so many inconsistencies? I remember the goal from Dogo against Arsenal. And I don't think that was a handball, but I don't think it should have been disallowed in my opinion. But according to their judgments, they said that there is one angle that shows that he handled the ball, but the angle on the other angles couldn't really tell whether it was handball or not. So it's really inconclusive. So we're gonna let the goal stood. We're not gonna disallow the goal. So if you're gonna let that goal happen, because in other angles you can't see, you can't really tell, and it's inconclusive. Why this one? But similar situation to the Dogo goal. Similar situation. You couldn't really tell from different angles. One angle you could show that he's handled the ball, but other angles you can't really tell. And then they disallowed the goal this time. Why the referees in the Premier League and VAR have a problem with inconsistencies? Why? Why they always have problems with consistencies? I should say, not inconsistencies. It's almost like they pick and choose. They can pick and choose. They pick and choose which decisions they should go. Honestly, it's almost like they do a wheel of fortune, and then the wheel of fortune decides which decision they should make. No, it should not work like this. It should not work like this. You should be consistent. If you want to set a precedent, if you want to set a standard, keep that standard, maintain that standard. But none of the Premier League referees, from what I remember, in all the games in the Premier League this season and the previous seasons, have maintained that standard. Even if you make a bad decision, even if you make a decision, no, let's say a lot of people don't agree, at least be consistent in that. But those referees, they can't even be consistent. They're allergic to be consistent. They're allergic. I said it before, I said it again. The Premier League referees are consistent in being inconsistent. I really don't get it. So you disallow this Ashley Barnes goal because it's mission conclusive and you couldn't tell different angles. Then why you let that goal from Duga against Arsenal, let that stood? I don't get it. I don't get it. But great game, great fight back, great comeback from Burnley. It's a shame that they didn't get anything from this game, because they for sure they deserve to get something, considering the amazing comeback they made, and could have been a winning goal from Zayn Fleming, and then they should have had the equaliser at the end. I mean, I'm not saying Burnley should have won the game, but for sure for the efforts and the quality comeback they made, they deserve something from this game. So yeah, I feel sorry for them. Liverpool win 5-2 against West Ham United. A very good win for Liverpool. Goals from Hugo Ekitike, Van Dijk, McAllister, Cody Gakpo, and own goal from Disasi for Liverpool. And then you got the goals from West Ham from Castellanos, and Thomas Soucek. I mean, Liverpool won 5-2, and you think like, okay, this was a swashbuckling, amazing performance for Liverpool, but it wasn't really, to be honest with you. Liverpool were more clinical in front of goal than West Ham. West Ham, they had some chances. I mean, it's a game that Liverpool won 5-2, but it could have gone in either directions. West Ham had some good chances as well. They had quality chances as well. They could have scored as well. Liverpool could have scored more as well. So it could have been more for Liverpool, and it could have been gone in West Ham's direction. So it was kind of a game that was like back and forth. Both teams were attacking. Both teams defensively were very shaky, but going forward, scoring goals, very good. You have to say West Ham defensively, for all the set plays they conceded was very, very bad. I mean, Liverpool on Arne Slot been talking a lot about set pieces this season, and they need to be better in set pieces, because that's one of the bigger reasons why they're not succeeding this season, Liverpool. And you have to say in this game they scored 3 goals from set plays, 3 goals from set pieces, which shows kind of the biggest improvement. I think you look at the stats. I mean, Liverpool have improved a lot in set pieces. I think the most goals a team has scored from set pieces this year in 2026 was Liverpool. So, and obviously there was I think a couple of months ago where they sacked their set piece coach and they brought in a new one, and you can clearly see Liverpool have improved a lot from set pieces, and from corners and set plays. So this is something that Arne Slot will be very happy about, I'm pretty sure. And they scored 3 goals from set plays. I mean, yeah, you could say, let's say the second goal from Van Dijk, where West Ham they gifted the goal, let's say, but the first goal and the third goal, quality finish from Ekitike, and the third goal where it was brilliant team goal. Ekitike one touch from McAllister. So yeah, so this good win for Liverpool. I don't think it was a brilliant performance, but they just had to win this game. It was the most important, and they won this game. 5 goals they scored. Very good confidence for the team. Maybe it's a kind of a shame for them that they didn't get a clean sheet for Liverpool, because this is something they want to. They got the clean sheet against Nottingham Forest, even though they were not that great. They got the clean sheet against Brighton, and they got a clean sheet against Sunderland. So this is something maybe they wanted to continue with that. But at the end, it was still a very good win for Liverpool, and they closed the gap on Aston Villa, United, and a goal above Chelsea as well. But you have to say, even though Liverpool were going forward, were fantastic. I mean, you have to look at Mohamed Salah's performance. I mean, Liverpool scored 5 goals, and Salah didn't even score or assist it. And I know people say, it means it doesn't mean you're a bad player if you don't score an assist. You don't watch football. Yeah, but you watch this game. I don't think he was that great. He didn't have a good performance. You can clearly see this season he's had a decline, and that happens with players. When you reach, the age that he is right now, which he's 33 years old, and in a couple of months' time he's going to be 34. Of course, it's going to make you slow you down. You're not going to do what you used to do before. You're not going to be as strong in pace wise. You're not going to be as fast as you were before. Obviously it happened to Kyle Walker, where he was incredibly fast as a right back defender, but when he got more older, that pace went. So, and that's one of the things for Mohamed Salah's game right now, is that he's not as fast as he is before. And also, you would expect in this kind of games, in this kind of moments where Liverpool score 5 goals, you would expect him to contribute. not just contribute, score goals, assist, but he hasn't even done one of them. So is he having a decline? Yeah, of course he is having a decline. Obviously last season he was brilliant and he was for sure the key part in Liverpool's success last season in terms of winning the Premier League. And when you reach that range that he is right now, 34 years old, of course it's going to take its toll. Not take its toll, but like you're not going to do what you do. You're not going to do what you used to do before, and also you're not going to be like you're not like in terms of body, not just in terms of pace, also in terms of body, in terms of the quality, the technique. You're not going to do what you used to do before. You might still got to get it, but you're not going to do it consistently. And that's why Salah, his last goal was against Aston Villa a couple of months ago. So that was in November, I think. So yeah, he's having a very difficult season. People say, now Liverpool should use the cash to sell him to Saudi. Listen, a top player can have a bad season. A top player can have a single bad season. I think if next season, let's say, he doesn't get back to, back to his best, he doesn't get back to scoring goals, then yeah, questions should be asked. But we've seen Salah before have this kind of difficult moments and situations, and he always use these kind of things as a motivation to bounce back, and he's done it. Will he do it again? I don't know. Let's see. But he's for sure not having he's not had a great season. He's not been in very good form. He's had lots of problems on the pitch, off the pitch as well. So yeah. Newcastle United against Everton. Everton with 3-2 against Newcastle United. A very, very good win for Everton's side. They were ahead like 3 times in the game, but they still managed to win in the end. Hold on, despite they were ahead twice, and then they could see the equalisers from Jacob Ramsey and Jacob Murphy. But you have to also give them credit because Jacob Murphy equalised for Newcastle in the 82nd minute, and then Everton responded really well after that, scoring from Thierry Barry. Jordan Pickford towards the end, amazing save that he made as well. So yeah, but very good win for Everton. As for Newcastle, I mean, this sums up Newcastle's season. I mean, they're very good in cup competitions, but when it comes to the Premier League, their form has been very, very poor. And I think they lost the last 3 games at home in the Premier League, which is unusual to see from Newcastle because they're usually strong at home. So, and again, Eddie Howe was making some strange team selections. Playing Voltamid as midfielder, Anthony Gordon as striker, Joe Linton as left winger. Like again, he's making strange choices, strange decisions. Why? Why are you doing that? So yeah, another game, another defeat, and by the end of this week they could be 14th in the Premier League, 14th. So for a team like Newcastle to be 14th in the Premier League, yeah, it's unacceptable. So yeah. And the pressure is really. I mean, there's not a lot of questions asked on Eddie Howe as well. There's not a lot of questions asked on him. I think he should be. Listen, I'm not saying he should be sacked, but there should be more scrutiny for him, because for Newcastle to be potentially 14th is unacceptable. Leeds United against Manchester City. Manchester City win 1-0. They close the gap on Arsenal, 2 points. Very important win for Pep Guardiola's side. You look at the first 25-30 minutes and you think like, this City side are getting cooked. Leeds are going to be, Manchester City. They'll create chances. Calvert-Lewin had some great chances, and I have to say Calvert-Lewin, I mean, his finishing was awful. Some of the chances he had where he should have put one of them, and he didn't do that. And Leeds United, if they had a proper finishers, quality finishers in front of goal, they could have won this game, and they could have been like 3-0 up, but in the first 25-30 minutes, they're really that good. And City were really that poor, in my opinion. So Leeds United were very good. They would take, causing problems, creating chances, but they should have put one of them. And you have to take your chances, because if you don't take your chances against the big teams, you'll get punished. That's what happened to Leeds. Leeds got punished before half time quality goal from Semenyo and a quality piece of play from Cherki again. Once again, from him to Aid Nouri to Semenyo.